favorite color? Tell us, please. What's
will travel this weekend.
We recently saw oil prices drop below $40 a barrel for the first time since 2009. During that time, the price for a gallon of gasoline averaged $1.90 nationwide.
AAA is forecasting the lowest gas prices for Labor Day in a little more than a decade and expects more than 30 million Americans will take a trip of 50 miles or more. Air travel industry group Airlines for America says more than 14 million of us are expected to fly in the week surrounding the holiday. Tanya J. Powers, Fox News Radio.
Our nation's capital short on ambulances.
We spoke with a number of sources who told us that the city was really struggling to keep up with the high volume of calls and the number of ambulances that they had promised to keep on the streets. So we talked with Rashad Young. He's the city administrator. He answered some of our questions. Here's what he had to say about the ambulance shortage.
Our desire was to put on this power shift with 10 additional units rolling on the street.
Run for president. Says what he believes, never misses a beat in his presentation, cannot be knocked off balance by anybody, and connects with people because while he's filthy rich, he sounds like the average American. It's amazing. I think he connects with people in some ways better than Ronald Reagan ever did.
Bud Henninger Live, weekdays 6 till 9 a.m. News Radio 1025 WFLA.
You and your family are connected by routine, and you stick to it. But what if a disaster strikes without warning? What if your day's routine is disrupted and you can't reach your family? Have you planned for that? Before a disaster turns your family's world upside down, be ready. Get a kit. Make a plan. Be informed. Learn how at www.ready.gov. Brought to you by the Federal Emergency Management Agency and the Ad Council.
You're listening to Russia's Week in Review.
Now, damn it, another cop has been shot, this time north of Chicago. Manhunt's underway. Three suspects being sought just north of Chicago in the shooting death of a Fox Lake, Illinois police officer. And I know what you're asking. And it's pretty safe, since the media is not telling us, pretty safe that what all right, we haven't seen any pictures of the perps, the suspects, or of the cop. At least I haven't yet. So I don't know if this is a replay of what happened down in Houston, or if It's unrelated. Hard to believe it's unrelated. People wondering, gee, why? Well, I mean, wonder why all these attacks on the cops. Anybody remember Hands Up, Don't Shoot? You know, all this Black Lives Matter. Somebody will allege Black Lives Matter, maybe as a hate group or what, and that people erupt. How can you say that they're a peace-loving protest organization? What do you mean a hate group? Well, I'm just listening to what they say. But do you remember Hands Up, Don't Shoot? It didn't happen. Do you know how many people in this country still think it did? Do you realize how many people in this country still think that the Gentle Giant was murdered in the back? That he was trying to surrender? His hands were up, shouting, "Don't shoot, don't shoot!" He was running away, and a cop came out of the car and shot him. You know how many people still believe that crap? And you know why they do? MEDIA, combined with civil rights groups like Black Lives Matter. That's why they believe it, because the lie has been purposely promulgated. And if people believe it, and you move from Ferguson to Baltimore, and you have another series of lies about cops killing there, and people can't find a motive. Okay, the latest on this in north of Chicago, authorities claim to be looking for 2 male whites and 1 male black in connection with the shooting of the Chicago cop. 3 people being sought. Authorities, whoever they are, claim it's 2 male whites and 1 male black. And the identity of the cop not yet known. Is that right? We haven't seen anything yet. Early reports said that there were 2 suspects, 1 black, 1 white. Now there are 3. Where's the media outrage at the war on police? Yeah, I don't think there is any, is there? Now, why? Why isn't it? Because obviously some people on the left think that this is justice. This is fair payback. Payback for what? Hands up, don't shoot? Something that didn't happen? Other lies about what didn't happen in Baltimore. By the way, I had a story yesterday in the stack. I didn't get to it. Since peace has come to Baltimore, and by the definition of peace, the drive-bys are now out of town. They're no longer covering any news there. Whatever the last you heard about Baltimore, a record number of murders have taken place since the media left. How does that happen? The media goes in there, they identify the guilty parties, the cops, and they make sure that justice is done for Freddie Gray, and they make heroes out of the lawyer, the state attorney, and the police chief, and then the mayor, and whatever, and then they leave town. Head on down the road to the next thing they're going to screw up. And after they leave town, Baltimore has had more murders in the ensuing 30 days, and I think it's a record over some period of time. You talk about sad? And who's running all these towns where all this stuff is happening? And meanwhile, the media reporting on it still just is flabbergasted, and they're looking for a motive. They just can't find it. Yeah, it's a serious thing when you stop and think how many people think hands up, don't shoot happened. Information is trickling in here, drip, drip, drip. The cop was shot, was chasing 3 male suspects, lost communication, was found shot and injured by backup cops. So the information keeps trickling, and as we get it, we'll pass it on to you after we do our best to confirm it. Okay, as promised, here is the parody that we did back during the Clinton-Lewinsky scandal, as the Democrat Party decided the best way to defend Clinton was to go out and destroy the investigator. And they did. They made mincemeat out of Ken's dog every day. And this is how we did it in satire.
Good evening and welcome to Larry King Alive. Our topic tonight is Ken Starr out of control. In our Little Rock studios, special counsel Ken Starr.
Good evening, Larry.
And in our Washington studios, Clinton advisor and former campaign manager James Carville.
Hi, I'm just glad you gave me a chance to show America what a madman, vicious dog Ken Starr really is. He's a twisted, evil man, Larry, and I know when American people...
Yeah, thank you, James, but let's hear from Ken Starr first. Ken, are you a madman?
Larry, let me just say that I only want to destroy the president, because he's crazy. He's so crazy with tobacco money he's lost his mind. You can hear it in his voice. He not only wants to destroy the president, he wants to kill all your children. He wants your babies dead. He's been giving cartons of cigarettes to every kindergarten in America, and he ain't gonna stop till all your babies are smoking like Joe Camel.
Ken, why would you give cigarettes to 5-year-olds?
Larry, I never would. You see, he just said he never didn't give no cigarettes to your babies. And he also been running around showing your babies how to play with matches. Because he's been taking all kind of money from them 50-year-old big Zippo light and match people because he's a madman, lad. A killer who wants the president and all y'all babies dead. And you know what else Ken Starr's a space alien? He ain't even a real man. He's from Mars, that's right. A madman from Mars, and they're invading the planet. He flies around in a spaceship handing out cigarettes made by little green men to kill your babies and destroy our president.
Pretty serious charges, Ken Starr. Are you an alien?
Honestly, Larry, you can't trust a madman marching out to kill your babies with cigarettes and matches and destroy our president, the most moral man in America. It's a war, Larry. It's a war. Bill Clinton against the invaders from Mars, trying to kill you with secondhand smoke from your kindergartners who then burn down your house playing with matches and lighters as Ken Starr flies around in a spaceship. That's it, Larry. That's a plan to get us and our president.
Quite a compelling argument. Well, we're out of time. Now, tomorrow night, our show will feature a completely different subject, a psychic who says that Ken Starr is using mental vibrations to keep Susan McDougal awake at night. See you then.
Range of people who are victims of systematic injustice. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. So here's a professor says that white students need to defer to minorities if they want to do well in his class.